All right, everybody, are you ready for another trip with the crazy train? I got one for you. This is my update to the That's So 2000's Project Pan. This is a project created by, wow, that didn't come out right at all. This is a project that was created by Samar, and it is in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies collab group on Facebook. You know all that's going to be linked down below. But before I give you more deets on this project, I want to ask you to please do all of the things. If you would be so kind, if you would consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Those are always fun. Okay, so deets on this. Samar created it. She came up with this really cool project that has 32 prompts in it. We were to randomize 5 prompts to work on at a time. And it has monthly updates. This just started April 16th of this year. Will go to April 16th of next year. So this is just a fun little, not huge, but decent sized project. And I am having a really good time with this, even though technically I am kind of probably older than the 2000s generation. Still, I lived through it. I remember most of it. Most of it. Some of these things are like, I don't know what they are, but I'm working on it. So let's talk about what I did last time, because I did something that is completely me. I had this horrible foundation that I hated for number 14 low-rise pants, my least flattering item. The Maybelline Dream Urban Cover foundation that just does not look good. I had 2 uses left on it, so I rolled an extra prompt in, knowing that I was going to get these 2 uses done as quickly as possible because this is going into Cheryl's bag. So I just wanted to let you know that I did get my last 2 like I told you I would. Full transparency on that. Okay, so then the other thing that I had in here was number 31, Converse, an everyday item. So I had brought in my e.l.f. booster drops. Can you see that? Am I holding this the right? I can't tell if I'm holding this the right way. Anyway, started at 53.8 grams. Last month we were at 48.4 grams. I finished this off on June 10th of obviously this month, June. It's still June. Wow, the humidity's starting to melt my brain. So this is empty and is going to go in the empties, and it is a rollout for this project. The next thing I had in was the velour tracksuit, number 30. And with that, I went with, sure I did, I lost it. It was a soft item, and I went with Cloud Spun from ColourPop because clouds are soft to me. At least I think they are. I don't know. I've never felt one. That's the color story, you guys. And I had 3 uses at last month's update, had it in for a goal of 5. I did hit 5, and one of those uses was that glitter that I had used as a nail polish for last time. So this is a rollout. Then we had number 4, Sanrio, something from a different country. And with that, I went with the Lethal Cosmetics Night Flower palette, which I can't open because my hands don't work. This was another 5-use goal, and I only had 3 last month, so I got my last 2 uses. I've been getting a lot of comments on this palette. You guys seem to really like it, and I've got to tell you, it's as nice to work with and wears as nicely as it looks in the pans. This is beautiful. I absolutely love this. The formula is excellent. The colors are excellent. You get a decent payout. I really, really, really do enjoy this. I'm so happy that I bought this palette, because the only other thing I have from Lethal is the 4-shade Animal Charity bundle that they had done. So to get a palette I was really happy about that. My next prompt was number 16, Harry Potter, a magical item. Well, for me, I went with Magician for some reason and pulled in my BH Illusion palette. Like I said, when I put this in, for some reason, David Copperfield came to mind. Not sure why. And this one, all 3 of these, I was on 3 out of my 5 uses. I just couldn't seem to get it together last month. But here is what this looks like. And I have gotten my last 2 uses. So all 3 of these palettes are rollouts. Which means, although I did roll in 1 last month because of that foundation, and that was number 5, Cheetah Girls, and it's any animal print. Well, the only thing I could find was this. And there's nothing wrong with this. This is the May Contain Nudity palette. And it is lovely. I mean, these shades are gorgeous, but it is, once again, another neutral, cool brown palette. I put it in for 5 uses, and once again, I hit 3 uses. So this is staying in, but I only have 2 uses, so I'm going to roll 5 in. That's kind of where I was going with that whole train of thought, which may or may not have come out clearly for you. I have no idea sometimes how things work, or how things sound. Never mind. Let's just move on, because I don't know where I'm going. All right, so I have prompt number 25, milkshake, a product that you have to shake up. Well, this is my Ordinary Serum Foundation. It is in shade 1.2P. So that is light with pink undertones. That's what the P stands for. And I am right here with this. And this one separates and it almost looks like it's an oil base. I don't know if it is. I really haven't looked into it, but I like the foundation. It's a very, very watery, you can hear the liquid on that. There's no thickness or viscosity to it. It is very, very liquidy. But I really like this foundation. So I'm putting this in for 10 uses because I am trying to rotate through my foundations right around this time. I want to see what I want to keep and what I just want to ditch. So that's going into the project. The next thing I got was number 18, and that is Hannah Montana. It is a day to night product or a duo. For that, I am bringing in this eyeshadow. I know I already have a black eyeshadow in here, but this one, I think originally was called Blackest Black and Black Onyx, and obviously I have used this quite a bit. There's a good pan in there. But since this has both colors, it's different than the other black that I have in, and I thought I would go ahead and throw this one in for 11 uses. Now, in the other half of this, and this is a Mary Kay shadow. You guys know by now that my mom does Mary Kay, that I used to, so I do have a lot of Mary Kay products. But the other half of this palette is my next prompt. That's number 28. That is High School Musical. This is a product you've been using since high school. I am old, you guys. There's not a lot of stuff that I used in high school that I'm still using. But this one is a random one, and it just happened to work out this way. When I was 15, I went to my cousin's Mary Kay party, and I bought myself an eyeshadow. And at that point, that literally was the nicest eyeshadow that I had purchased for myself that wasn't just something from, like, in my case, Walgreens was the drugstore. It's the shade called Truffle. And I actually have gone through a few of these over the years, and this is the last one. It isn't in the line any longer, so this will be my last Truffle. But this is actually something that I used in high school. I couldn't believe I actually could find an item. So I put that in for 11 uses also. Okay, then I have number 27, YouTube. It is a product discovered on YouTube or bought because of a recommendation on YouTube. I just did my What's on Deck project. I had just gone through all my lip liners. I had just decluttered some and told you that I bought 2 more. I bought these because of Mrs. Melissa M. Because I trust her color judgment. The things she picks that she likes generally work really well for me. We must have similar coloring or something. She goes for cool tones. She goes for light tones. She goes for rosy and mauvey. She loves the pinks and the purples. So I have 18 Addiction. And these are the ones with the fun tip. And I don't know if you can, okay. I don't know if you can actually tell, but we're gonna see if I can get you a swatch, because I'm thinking with this system, I'm getting better swatches. But I also brought the other one in, and that is East End Snob is the color on this one. Okay. Oops, and I just broke the tip of it. That's the downside with the cream lip liners, is that you do sometimes break them off. But, okay, ignore this. And those are the 2 colors. Addiction is the top. No, East End Snob is the top, Addiction is the bottom. And it is a mauve color. It's looking a little bit brown the way I'm looking at it. And now I literally have lip liner all over my hand. I did mark both of them on the back of my card, so you can see where my lines are. And since I just broke off a little bit, obviously they're going to wear a little bit differently. Both in for 11 uses. My last prompt for this update is number 2, Frosted Tips. This is something frosty or icy. This was an easy one for me because this is my favorite ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, and it's an Ice Dream. And that's what it looks like. Hopefully, if I've remembered, I popped in pictures, close-up pictures of some of these things along the way. Editing me, make sure you do that. But that weird reflective that you saw right here is actually the shadow. And it is one of my favorites. And I like it as a topper. I like it as an inner corner. I like it for all kinds of things. So I put it in for 22 uses. That's everything we got going on today, guys. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for letting me go off on tangents and ramble and do all of the things that I do. I hope you enjoyed my crazy ride. And until next time, see ya. Bye.